This school year has been anything but normal for students, and one thing they can count on, though, is standardized tests. 2 Works for You's Katie Kelleher shares why the state says this testing is necessary and why others aren't too happy about it. Katie.
Thanks, Karen. When the pandemic began last year and schools sent students to learn from home, the state decided not to do its spring assessments. And State Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister says that's why the testing is needed this year. The call to continue with testing despite the challenges of the pandemic comes from the federal level. State Superintendent Hoffmeister says the spring assessments evaluate all students as well as those from underserved communities or those in special circumstances.
Like children in poverty or English learners. And they have federal protection, and this is part of a civil rights check for those students. In order to do that, we must measure all students.
However, Hoffmeister says this year won't be like other years, and there will be flexibility in the way scores are used in the future.
Particularly important this year, as we're really setting a new baseline for where our students are and where we're going to grow from this point in the future years.
However, some are not happy about following through with testing. Shauna Mottwright is president of the Tulsa Classroom Teachers Association. She says teachers do not create these tests and they're unfairly written.
When the tests are already written disproportionately and adversely affect our minorities, it's a huge issue. No, I want tests that are going to make sense to my kids.
Mottwright also has 2 kids in Tulsa Public Schools. She says in this abnormal year, the test will be an inaccurate snapshot of student learning.
Here it is coming in at the end of the year when we're finally able to sustain some in-person learning. That's not diagnostic. That's not going to make sense to the kids. Pointless.
The State Department of Education says these spring assessments are required, but they understand circumstances may not allow all students to be tested. Katie Kelleher, 2 Works for You.